Everyone's been going crazy over Airbnb's new icons and especially how they work on their website when you click them. So you click them and they play a little video and this fun animation happens. But how do you actually create these icons yourself? How do you animate them? And how do you actually implement this into your own website? And I'm going to show you all of that. We're going to actually create the icons inside ChatGPT with a simple prompt. We're then going to use Kling AI to bring them to life and also add some custom prompts to Kling AI to get the type of effect you want. And then I'm going to show you how you use Webflow and Claude to write a custom script that allows you to recreate that effect on your own website so that once you click the menu icon, you play a video and get that same type of animation. And you can do that for any type of animation you want, any type of icon, and you'll get that same type of Airbnb effect. It's super easy, super simple, and you can do it in less than 5 minutes. Let's jump into it.
Teaching the world what they need to know. This is your show, The Prompt Show.
So just a few days ago, Airbnb released their new website and it kind of took the internet by storm. Not because of the new features and services they introduced, which are of course awesome, but mainly because of these icons they introduced, which resembled a lot of the early days of the iPhone, if you remember. And you can see here that, remember when Apple had kind of these icons where the compass actually looked like a compass and the settings were like these cogs. The videos icon was sort of the actual, snap or slate from a movie. And, this was just, very, very iconic at the time, excuse the pun, but we call this skeuomorphic design. And it's sort of like these icons and elements that resemble the real life counterparts of themselves. And sort of, design kind of, like fashion is cyclical. It kind of goes 360. We went to flat design. We had this whole different trend going on for a long time. But recently, and especially I think with Airbnb's new product announcement, we've come back to this sort of skeuomorphic design. So you can see here on Airbnb's site that they've got these icons, and as you click on them, they actually animate, which I think is really cool. So Experiences has a hot air balloon, Services has a sort of like, bell ringing, which I actually thought was really nice. And Homes has sort of like, the tree and the home moving as well. So I think what's interesting is that these sort of icons and design styles not only can exist now, but they don't have to be done with a state-of-the-art designer because you have AI tools that can sort of recreate this for you. So I haven't done this yet, but I love to design, I love to build sites, I love to build apps. So I thought that why don't I take this example and actually try and figure it out for myself. There've been a few tutorials online where people have shown you kind of, snappy ways of doing this using a few tools, but I want to start from just my own curiosity and I want to figure it out and take you guys along for the journey. So we're going to try and recreate these icons and I'm going to try and give you guys a practical prompt that you can use so you can also create these type of icons, but for your own website. And so we're going to do a bit of that today as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is, and I'm just thinking about this out loud as I'm going with you guys, I'm actually going to just take these icons and just screenshot them. So I'm going to press Command-Shift-4, create a screenshot here, and I'm going to go into a new ChatGPT window. I'm just going to paste those icons in. I'm going to say, I want to recreate this icon style for my own brand/website. Now, what we want to do is we actually want to give our website URL for our own business to ChatGPT. And the reason I want to do that is because I want it to suggest icons for me to use for my own website. But I want it to do the research itself. I don't want to tell it what I want. I want to see what it comes up with. So there's two parts of this. The first step of the prompt is going to be us asking ChatGPT to kind of create an example of what a prompt might look like if it had the context of the brand itself. But since we're uploading an image, we can't use a search feature at the same time in ChatGPT. So we're going to do this in two different steps, okay? So I want to create this icon style for my own brand/website. Just give me one sec. I want to create this icon style for my own brand/website. In a moment, I'm going to give you my website URL so that you can run your own research, and I want you to suggest images, symbols that I should use. Then I will pick one and you will try and create this image yourself using image gen. For the moment, I just need you to write a prompt as the foundation of this idea. No. So we just can't, let's just do it as a chat. Let me not think about the prompt right now. I'm going to prompty. Let's just keep it a thing. And I will okay, I want to read this in a moment, I'll give it, for now, I just want to upload this image for reference. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, cool. Yeah, we don't want the new badge. Just focus on icon style. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to give it an asset ready with the URL. So I'm actually going to give it my site, guiltychef.com, which is a recipe site. So this is one of my websites that I've built where we have like kind of different recipes from restaurants and all sorts, which is pretty cool. So you can go ahead and check that out. But I'm just going to give it the actual URL. So we're going to go to ChatGPT, and it has this feature called search here, called search the web. So you can just give it a URL here and hit search and go enter. And now we would like to get some suggestions of icons for this site. Okay. Excuse the sipping, guys. I'm just having a nice karak chai. Or as we would say, karak, you know. There we go. Flavor palette, wheel, ingredients, DNA strand. Okay. I like the AI-powered chef hat. All right, let's just do a chef hat. Keep it simple. Let's try a chef hat in that style. Let's just see what it comes up with. Just so we can get an idea of what vibe it's on. So obviously with ChatGPT, you can actually create images inside the ChatGPT, which is great. So now it's generating an image for us. So the first thing we want to do is just want to see if we can create the icon. And then I want to see if we can animate it in some way. And I will show you a specific tool that can do that. Then we're going to see if we can also add some audio to it as well. And then the last step, again, I haven't done any of this yet. You're doing it real time with me. I want to see if we can add it to our actual website and see if we can get that kind of hover and click effect going on. Okay, so great. This is great, except we don't need any text, just the icon itself. Since I'm going to be animating the icon and adding some sound effects, can you give me some other suggestions? Don't create any image. Just give me ideas. Okay, because I want to kind of, I want something that, so now on the first version, again, iteration is the way here. The first version, okay, I know that I can create the image, great. It can take the design style and create something for me, brilliant. Now I want to tell it that I'm trying to do all these different things. I want some sound effects. I want something moving in there. And so I'm kind of trying to guide it towards my vision now slowly. And then we'll get closer to what we're looking for. So we'll let ChatGPT do the thinking for us. Sizzling frying pan, that's a good idea. Gentle upward sizzle of a rising steam, cool. Soft crackling or sizzling effect. Cooking in progress, action flavor, yeah. Bubbling sauce pot, that's also cool. Chopping board with knife, floating ingredients. AI brain-made food, okay, it's going a bit crazy here. Magic wand stirring a bowl. Spinning spice jar, fork twirling noodles, that's cool as well. Fork lifts twirled pasta midair. I do like that. Okay, give me an image version for number 8. Okay, let's see what that looks like, and then we're going to see maybe what the frying pan looks like as well. Let's start there. Okay. And so yeah, this is super fun because you can just add any type of, your own sites to it, your own website to it, let it kind of think around the ideas itself. It's pretty cool. I like that. Okay. Great. Now for number one. Right, so let's see what number one looks like with the frying pan as well. This is so cool. I can create images like this. It's wild, man. And we literally took a screenshot of a site and just threw it in there. Cool. No, your suggestion for number one was, okay. I think I got a bit mixed up there. And you can also do as many variations and stuff as you want as well. So this is like one way of doing it, which is using ChatGPT, which I actually think gives you a great output. So I'm not too mad at this at all. But there are other image tools you can also use to try and create those images. But let's just maybe stick to ChatGPT for now. I don't want to, go too deep and confuse us. So, okay, no, I don't like that so much. It's a bit too boring. I think we'll go with this fork image. So I'm going to download this. I'm just going to save it there, okay? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask it for a prompt. So I'm going to ask it for a prompt that you guys can use. So write me a prompt that I can share with my audience. So they can also create images like this for their brand. I want you to add a placeholder for website URL so they can paste it in. You will the output the output should be 10 suggestions of images, sound effects, and movement, which they can then choose from the list and ask a follow-up for it to generate the image. Okay, so let's get a prompt now that I can give you guys. Let's see what it comes out with. Okay, so I'm going to create 3D. So what you can do is you can now take this interface. I don't want you to mention Airbnb as it's a new design feature and they've released. So instead, you need to add description as if the prompt had no idea. Something like that. You can see I just talked to it so like just word vomit off the top of my head. Okay, cool. So what you guys will do is you will take this prompt, which again will be inside our Notion document. So let me just add it here for you guys. You'll be Airbnb style icon generator. I'm going to open this up and I'll just add it here for you right now. Cool. And you'll take that prompt into ChatGPT and make sure you got the search function clicked on so it can actually search your website and then give you suggestions and then just paste your URL there. And then you should get a series of suggestions like this, and then you can pick one like I have and then get your own icon. So that's super easy, okay? So now we have the icon. Let's see if we can animate it. So we're gonna go to, there's a software here called Kling AI, which is really cool. So klingai.com. And then I've already got an account, so I'm just gonna go into my dashboard and I'm gonna go to this video setting here. And why Kling is really cool is you can take an image and then you can give it an additional prompt if you want, but you can just give it an image and it will actually take that image and generate a video from it. So let's first of all just start with the plain image. Oh no, it's telling me to log in, 1 minute. Okay, so let's, okay, so it's got the image, great. And then we're going to just get an output here. So you can change how long you want the output to be, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. We'll just keep it normal settings right now. We don't want to change anything, but you can add like specific settings here if you want to change any of the movement, which you could do, but for now I just want to see what it does by itself. So I'm going to hit generate over here, and now it's generating that video. So up here is generating, so this is about 1 minute. Okay, so we'll just give it about a minute. In the meantime, let me just search how I might create a Lottie from a video. Now a Lottie file, this is a little bit more advanced mode now, but a Lottie file is what you use in Webflow to be able to actually show kind of a animation in there. You could put a video file in there, but that might be too heavy on the page for it to load it. And so certainly the way Airbnb are doing it, there's probably some sort of animation or Lottie type of embed that they've added here. So if I go to like iconscout.com, this is where I normally find Lottie. So you can probably just find something by default here if you wanted to as well. So you could type in like, you know, whatever, frying pan. And it will give you different like frying pan animations that already exist, which will be, you know, you could find something pretty cool that you might want to use. You know, whatever, something like this, let's say, and you can normally just download the Lottie, and it has a JSON. So a JSON basically is effectively code. So if you look at the file of a Lottie, you can see here it's a load of code. But code obviously renders pretty quick on a website, better than an image. So you basically can paste that into your Webflow project, your website, and it can just display this animation for you by default. So just to give you an example, if I went to my Webflow project, press Command K, Lottie animation, I say replace Lottie sequence, and I just drop in that frying pan example I got from Icon Scout. This is just to emulate kind of what I'm trying to create by myself. You can see here on my website, I can have that type of animation. So same thing like with Airbnb, it has animations. That's probably how they're doing it. They're probably using something like a Lottie, or they've created a version of it for themselves. But obviously I want a custom version. So I don't yet know if it's possible, so let's just start there. Okay, I have no idea if it's possible, but that's at least the intention of what we want to create. But we'll come back to that in a bit and see if we can do it. I don't even know if you can take a video and turn it into a Lottie yet. But let's go back to our Kling AI project and see what it came up with. Okay, that's cool. I mean, this reminds me of that Will Smith spaghetti thing where like AI just can't figure out spaghetti. Okay, not bad. It's something. Let's see if we can give it a prompt. Let me actually just screenshot a part of this that looks a bit funky. So let's do that. So I'm gonna just take this bit here and tell ChatGPT. Okay, so I'm using Kling AI to animate the image into a video, but it's kind of creating weird extra strands of pasta. Maybe we can do something more generic, like the fork rotating. I don't know, maybe some subtle pasta movements. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go into Kling. I'm going to give ChatGPT basically these settings. So I'm just going to Command-Shift-4 and screenshot this. So I sometimes do this when I'm like just asking it for help. I just use it as a second brain. So I'm like, I've attached an example of what it looks like in Kling, and also the UI from Kling, so you can see what other things we can add before rendering. Guide me. Let's see what it says. So this is a little bit of just refining now. Like we could take that video and just use it for the sake of like this example, but let's just see what it says. So slow work for rotation clockwise, Primary action, this avoids distortion, subtle enhancements, cool. So Kling prompt, paste into the prompt field. So it's just telling me what to do here. So let's take that, copy. Let's go into the Kling field here, prompt. I'm gonna paste. Animate this image by slowly rotating the fork clockwise around 15 degrees and then back. Add a subtle sway to the dangling noodle tip as if it's gently bouncing from movement. The motion should be smooth and lifelike without generating new elements or distorting the original pasta shape. Okay, let's see what it does. Motion brush notes. If you're on Kling 1.5, try, you're on Kling 2 actually. So let's see. Okay, ignore that. Duration, upper, negative prompt. All right, so negative prompt is basically something you don't want it to do. So like, you know, we don't want extra pasta strands, no visual distortion, no abstract shapes, no cartoon effects, no warping. So let's see. So again, you've seen how we've taken that now. Now we've given that to ChatGPT as an iteration, and it comes back with something new, and we'll see what it creates. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to actually do some research on whether it's possible to create a lottie from a video. So to do that, I'm actually going to use Perplexity. So Perplexity AI is great for, you know, just general research and kind of help you scour the web in real time as well. So I'm going to say I have a 5-second video clip. I want to create a lottie from this. Is this possible? Okay, yes, you can create a lottie animation, but some important to do. Lottie library open from Adobe After Effects using the body moving plugin. Lottie, can you convert video directly? Direct conversion of video to is not possible. It works with vector animation. So how would I? Let me think. Okay. But still, I think there might be a way, there might be a little hack that we can do then. Maybe, let's see, what is Airbnb using? Can we find out? Is it a video? How are they doing this? Let's see. Let's see if we can figure it out. Oh, it's transform, okay, that's a transform. Oh, is there a whole vector thing going on? There'd definitely be something efficient. They wouldn't have done, yeah, it's like, they wouldn't have done something, you know, like video that would be too heavy to load. Oh, it is video. Is it a video? Oh, it might actually be video. It might actually be a video. It is a video. Okay. Interesting. So on click, this seems like maybe something's happening with the video. So we could maybe try that. All right, cool. Well, that kind of makes things a bit more fun. Let's see what we've got here now with our spaghetti action. Okay, that's not bad. All right, cool. So let's download this. So now you're going to go to Kling. You're going to hit download. All right, and now we've got our spaghetti thing there. We're now going to go into our Webflow project. Now, what I want to do is, let me think, how do I want to figure this out? Let's see, can we just maybe can we just upload a video directly? Let's see what this looks like. So I'm going to create a, let's just create a basic div with another div. So we're just going to set this flex center, give it some padding, 2 EM. Inside here, we're going to have a text field, and then let's make it a link block. I want people to be able to click it. Text block. We'll call this. Let's call it recipes. Okay, we can fix the styling in a bit. For now, let's just keep it simple. You can just leave it as that. Just at least just fix the color. All right, So then next to that, we're going to want our another div for our icon. Now inside here, we're going to do, we want 2 layers. So we're going to have, this will be our sort of icon holder. Then we're going to have icon still. And we're going to have icon video. And first thing I'm going to do is add an image. Yeah. So I'm going to go and get the original image from ChatGPT, and we can just drop it in. Again, we're just testing this here just to see if this is possible. So let me drop the image in here. Okay, so we should now be able to have the icon by itself. Let's make this smaller, make it sort of maybe 3 EM. Okay, so that's the icon, and then we're going to see if we can create a video. Now we obviously need to make sure it's video can't be pasting a link. So maybe it has to be absolute background video. This could work. 3em, overflow hidden, background video 3em, and we're going to go settings here, loop video, include autoplay, yep, so upload video, downloads, let's see, open. Okay, so it's just adding the video to our Webflow project. So this will be fun if it kind of actually works. Let's have a look here. Okay, yeah, so we have the video here and we have the icon there. So that means that technically we can. So basically what we would need to do is take this icon here. We're going to set this icon holder to a fixed width and height to resemble what we just created in terms of the icon itself and the video. These are all set to 3em, which is our sizing here, 3em, 3em. The icon still is going to be, the icon video is going to be absolute. So this icon holder is going to be, we're going to set to relative here. Icon still we're going to set to absolute, and we're going to set the Z index to, let me think here, or we're going to do show hide. Let's think. So how did it work on here? Was it, so on click it did something which is cool. It has more, but it still has something going on hover. But that's more just like a zoom we could just create ourselves. The actual video we want it to do. All right, so what we could do is on hover, we can have it just kind of zoom out, and then the actual video show. So set this to 1. I want to set this to maybe 2. Okay, so the video is in the background behind the image, basically. That's what's going on right now. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the link. I'm going to set this to flex, so it's next to each other. Give it a tiny bit of a gap. Cool. So this is basically our link now. Okay. Now when we hover over the link, we want this to zoom a little bit, like zoom out. Okay. So I'm going to go to link here, I'm going to interactions, I'm going to go element trigger, mouse hover, start animation. So I'm going to go icon, zoom. Then we're going to take this icon over here, the image, and we're going to go scale. So scale by default, I just want to move I'm just trying to move my own image. Okay, so scale by interactions. Here, mouse hover, icon zoom, image. It's a little bit annoying because my screen recording is in the way. So just close this. Cool. So if you go to your image here, you can set the initial. So we actually don't. Do you want scale? Yeah, we want scale. So duration will set to 0.25, and the original scale will be 0. 0. And then we're going to duplicate this, and then we're going to have the scale go with 1.1. What does that look like? Hey, why is it going backwards? Oh, set to initial state. Set as initial state. Let's see. No. Okay, just gonna go here. So initial state is gonna be 0. Why is it going that way? Hold on a second. Am I going crazy? Image is set to 0. Scale. See down here. So annoying. This my image for my recording is in the way, which is a little bit stressful. Why can't I remove my recording image? Okay, that's a bit annoying. All right, so let's come back to that in a bit, the zooming in part, because I don't want to, it's really annoying me that I can't get to my, I don't know if you guys can see this, but where my image is, for where I'm screen recording, it won't let me move it, so I can't see half the settings. But what we can do is this, okay. Let's pull up Claude, and we'll do this in Claude instead of using Webflow. It might be easier. Let me just plug in my charger real quick, actually, for my laptop before it dies. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up Claude. We're going to add some custom code now, okay? So we're going to open up Claude. Okay, so we're going to go to a Webflow project, and now what we're going to do is we have our icon. We have two divs here. We have our icon still and our icon video. And so we're going to give them an ID. So our icon still is just going to be called icon dash still. And then we're going to have icon dash video. And now we simply, and then we're going to have our link itself, which is going to be called icon link, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to go to Claude, and we're going to say, I need you to help write me a Webflow script. Give me the output wrapped in script tags and in a code block. Okay, I have a link with div ID this. Inside this, I have a div with ID icon still and another with ID icon video. On page load, only icon still should show and icon video be hidden. When I click on the icon link, I want the icon still to hide and icon video to show. Video should play from the start when the icon link is clicked and it shows. How long was duration? 5 seconds. So does this play? How long does it play for? That's real quick though, isn't it? 3 seconds. It's a few more seconds. Okay, let's just say 3 seconds. The video should show for 3 seconds and then hide again. And the icon still should show. Yeah, every time the icon link is clicked, this behavior should happen. Okay, so let's just keep it as that for now. So we just want to, basically Claude is really good because I use it a lot for writing things for Webflow, because I can speak to it in plain English and just tell it what I'm trying to create, and it can just kind of help me do that. So now it will give me code, and what you'll do is, very quickly writes a code, which we have here. You can just copy that code, go into your Webflow project here, and go into your inside head tag, just paste that script. And so it tells it to pick up the IDs that we just gave it, which we've already assigned in the video, and then to do the behavior that we've asked of it as well. So we'll just test this now. So we'll publish it first. I think can you preview code? Oh, you can. Okay, enable custom code. There we go. So I did it for 3 seconds. Okay, cool. So that kind of gives us a small example. It's a basic example, but it's something because at least we know the fundamentals of it work. I'm actually going to make this a lot bigger. Let me just do it in a shabby way right now, just for the sake of showing you guys. So this is an example of like a link that you could have on your site. And let's refresh it. Hey, come on, refresh it big, bro. So this is an example of what it might look like on your site. You can obviously make it smaller or whatever. But once we hover, we don't have the zoom yet, but we'll add that. Once we click, the video starts. Super cool. Click, video starts. That's so nice. So we get that sort of Airbnb effect that when you click something, it starts a video and a sort of cool animation happens. And you can do this yourself just by hitting this here and then the video starting. And so to do that, all we used was a combination of ChatGPT for actually creating our icon. We then used Kling to be able to actually animate it with some custom prompts as well, which ChatGPT gave us as well. And then a little bit of just, custom code that we got from Claude to add into Webflow, and away we go. So really now with this setup, you can recreate icons like this like in an instant, and the prompt is in there as well. So it's not hard at all, but it's super cool. Like you can literally have this whole effect that Airbnb have inside Webflow. So you hit that and now you get a nice animation. And the animation can do whatever you want. You can have any icon, any type of animation. You can adjust sort of the timing and whatever you want as well. And away you go. So I hope you guys do that. And I hope this helps you implement it into your own sites. Catch you soon.
Teaching the world what they need to know. This is your show, The Prompt Show.